We're going to get underway, and I would like to introduce our moderators again, Keith Irizarry and Molly Annity.
Thank you. And you guys have heard enough of us. Without further ado, Michael Sam. Let's have some fun, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. You're on the other side.
Oh, you guys are so quiet. Jesus.
How was travel?
Nancy,
You all right?
Oh,
A long day for you, I know.
When you're traveling over 12 hours, I think that's pretty long.
We'll make this fun. We'll have some fun. A lot of them out there really intrigued, and we're going to get into everything with you, but a lot are intrigued by Dancing with the Stars. So how did that come about?
Dancing with the Stars, they wanted me to do last season, and at that time it wasn't the right time for me to do it. But now we're in the off season, and they came back, and I said, you know, hell yeah.
I saw you dance a little Michael Jackson on YouTube, so we're ready for this.
Oh, well, what YouTube?
I think you're sure.
Ah, no.
So in all
There's a couple of cocktails. You get my shirt off easily.
You a good dancer or no?
Am I a good dancer?
Are you a good dancer?
I don't know where my partner is, but she's here tonight. You should ask her.
Formal training in dancing or no? Or just you never have any fun?
I've danced before, especially with my mom, but I did very few like professional dance, just 2 lessons, and that was it. And now I'm supposed to be Dancing with the Stars, and I'm supposed to be a star. And even though my partner Peta, she's a star. She's amazing. She's so patient with me, so I'm lucky to have her.
All right, let's get into your childhood. Let's dig right in. Michael Sam, as a kid, what were you like?
Annoying. I was very annoying, but growing up, you know, I grew up in a town less than 8,000 kids. I'm not kids, 8,000 citizens. I'm one of 8 kids. I am the baby boy. I'm the 7th sibling and the baby boy. You know, growing up at first, it was pretty good until 1995 when I was 5 years old. My oldest brother passed away. He was shot. He was killed by a gun wound. And before that, I never got the pleasure of meeting my oldest sister, Chanel. She drowned when she was a baby. So this was before I was even born. In 1998, my second oldest brother went missing, and we pronounced him dead 2 years later. So after that, that kind of set the tone of how the rest of my childhood and teenage years go, and it just went all downhill from that. It was a very depressing time for me and my family.
When did you realize you were gay?
I mean, that's something that I always knew. But you know, at a young age, and especially when religion plays into effect, you can't just go out and say, hey, let me go try it out. You kind of have to keep it secret. You can't go around parading that you're gay. But I always known, and excuse me. And high school, I thought I was at least bisexual. Well, maybe I was even going through a phase. I had no idea. There was no one. We didn't have no support group, because in Texas my part of Texas is very conservative.
That's just Texas, I think.
No, it's not.
Okay.
You ever been to Austin?
I have been to Austin.
Yeah.
Is that where you're dancing?
Yeah. Austin's very liberal. And Houston is go both ways. And Dallas is the very conservative city in Texas. But anyways, so at first I thought I was just going through a phase, and I was going to experiment. I was just want to make sure. I mean, if you don't do anything, you really don't know. So I wanted to experiment, and after that first time in college, I pretty
sealed the deal.
Yeah, pretty darn on certain I was gay.
Was it difficult as a high school athlete even? I mean, because we've all, whether you're a guy or a girl, been in a locker room and heard someone say, "Oh, that's so gay," okay?
I still say that.
Do you, okay.
Yeah,
so
that's gay.
and that's what you told me too.
But I don't say it in a negative way. But it's like man.
So that's
gay.
not. So that's not something that if you don't get angry about that.
It depends. I mean, to be honest with you, I shouldn't do it. I really shouldn't. But I trust my friends, and my friends know me. So the way we talk to each other, it is. For us, it's okay. I wouldn't go and say right now like, hey, that's so gay or anything. But I'll only say it with my friends because we're comfortable with each other, and so I wouldn't recommend that you just go say it. But it's everyone's different. So I think you can talk about it both ways, really. But for me, I don't say it out loud or with someone who don't know me. Right. But with my friends, we like to joke around. I could tell them anything, they could tell me anything, and we talk in a certain way that is comfortable with each other. Like, for instance, my teammates who at Mizzou were so comfortable with me, we said stuff in the locker room. I won't repeat what we said. It's okay. It didn't bother me. It didn't bother them. I joke with them. And that's our relationship. So hopefully that kind of answers.
That makes sense. We got it.
For most people that are coming out or have come out, it's really a process. Like you start off, you figure it out yourself a little bit. You start telling some friends. You get to a bigger group, like a team or whatever the case may be. But for most of us, we go into a situation and the assumption is we're straight. The general assumption would be that. For you, when you, in your coming out process, made the decision to really go, worldwide with this, and that assumption is gone, what propped you up or what gave you the strength to be able to do that?
My fiance. Now, so we started dating. I like telling stories, so I'm a
Please.
That's why they're all here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are gonna get firsthand the story of how me and Vito met. So me and Vito met freshman year at a swimming party. It was I think he says it was a Playboy Bunny party. I say otherwise. I think it was a lingerie party. But anyway, it was one of those two.
Scantily clad women.
Scandalous. But we met. It was one of my first big parties in college, and I brought some of my teammates with me, and it was like this is how college is supposed to be. Like, girls are in lingeries and bikinis and stuff, and guys are in Playboy bunnies. It's like wow, you get the best of both worlds. But
where has this been?
I know. College. God, I love college.
Oh boy.
But I know I haven't even been drinking yet. So. But I heard that. But anyways, I'm introducing myself to everyone, and then I go to the back of the house and on the patio, and I see two guys launched over. They were hammered, and the guy closer to me was Vito, and I tap him, and I said, hey, are you okay? And he slowly looked at me and said, get the F away from me. I was like, whoa, excuse me? I was like, all I asked you to see he was okay. And then he was like, do you know who I am? I was like, I don't give up. I was like, I don't care who the hell you are. Like, you keep on disrespecting me, I'm like gonna like.
I'm 6'4", 250.
Yeah. And then so I didn't talk to Vito for 2 years. I didn't talk to him, and like every time I saw him in the dining hall, I pointed at him, I was like, I don't like that guy. He never made eye contact with me. He would just like always stare, like straight ahead. He never made eye contact with me. But after those 2 years, we, one of our friends kind of like set the tone of like, let's go out to this bar, you know. So I buy Vito a drink at the bar, and then, you know, I'm at this, I had a couple of drinks in me already, and I put my hand like right above his butt. And after that, it just, the rest is history. And what he did after that was And here we are
love
today.
that.
So apparently that's how you pick someone up at the bar. That's the move, all right?
That's the move. But at first, everything was great. Everything was like we were doing well. And then, since our athletic department is like a community, it's like a fraternity and a sorority. Like we're like fraternity row. You got your sororities, where it's the female athletes, and you got your male athletes who are the frats. That's our place. And so everyone talks. So word got out that we were dating. So we try to keep it a secret. We're trying to hide. We couldn't go out to.
Was this like the coaches and everything were involved in this, or was this just you and Vito?
This is like rumors, like, hey, they're dating. Like
Okay.
it wasn't a big. It was just like people talk, you know.
Yeah.
So I try to keep it secret the best I can, and then that's where the trouble started. It was very difficult for us to be seen in public. I couldn't go. We could, like, for instance, on his birthday, I took him to this really nice restaurant, and my head coach came in there. You know, he said hello to us, but I was like so scared. I was like, we had to leave. We got in an argument, and yeah, so we ended up breaking up. And
Now, was Vito out at this point or no?
yes, Vito was out.
Okay.
But it was complicated.
Right, okay, okay.
So a lot of trouble came, and then we ended up breaking up. And then, but before we broke up, he told me, like, what do you want in life? Do you want to be this person who just, whatever relationship you end up with, want to be secretive and not be happy? And I told him no, and it's like, you need to make a decision about us and your future. So we broke up right before he graduated, and then we broke up. And that summer, before my last season and my senior year, I started becoming comfortable who I was. And during camp of my senior season, I came out to my team, who at this point, they already knew. But it was the first time I told myself that I was gay to someone else. And it was, yeah. And after that, I had a great season. I was SEC Defensive Player of the Year. I was All-American, and we ended up winning 12-2. We went 12-2, Cotton Bowl champs, and I actually was the game winner sack fumble who sealed the deal at that Cotton Bowl game. So it was an incredible season.
Where'd you come up with your sack dance?
Like
every time you get a sack, you throw that punch.
You know, it was actually our first game. It wasn't even a sack. It was a tackle for loss, and I kind of just was so happy. And I kind of did like a fist pump, and I was like, and we were watching our film. I was like, man, that looks pretty damn good. I'm going to I'm going to kind of keep it up. And
That's like a tough guy thing. I like that.
Yeah. So when I first got my first sack, so no defensive end had a sack until me. I was the first one who got of the ends to get a sack. And then I just went full blown, and our student section went crazy after that. And I was like, "That's my sack dance."
Hey, speaking of of looking tough, I want to talk for a second about stereotypes. And you probably have endured every kind of stereotype: athlete, not that intelligent; black man, violent; gay, effeminate. Going through all of this now publicly, because I'm sure privately it's one thing, but now publicly, what are your thoughts on stereotypes, and do you see people differently?
Well, I mean, I am who I am. I will always, some people think just because I'm gay, I'm supposed to be feminine. I came out right before my senior season. Did I look feminine? Did I not look like... I look like I look like what I was supposed to look like. So, stereotypes, because they don't understand or they don't know. And it's a lack of knowledge because, when people look at me, they're like, oh, there's a gay guy, he doesn't know how to play football. For some reason, did they forget my last season? Now they all talk about just because I'm gay, I can't play football. I instantly lost how to play football. So
you were crushing people.
Yeah, I was like, come on, let's
Including
line
Johnny
up together
Manziel.
and see who's. But it is what it is. But for stereotypes, I don't think you should judge anyone without knowing them. Like for instance, when I went to the Rams, when I got drafted to the Rams, every day, I was on TV every day during camp. every day. And at the Rams, there was TVs, and it was always on Sports Center. And so, you know, looking at them, they probably like, oh man, they probably themselves thought of me as a distraction. But after, you know, getting to know me and who I am, it's like, it's just the media. The media is making me a distraction. I'm not making myself a distraction, it's the media. And, and by the time, you know, after my preseason games, they respected me as a football player and as a person. So I'm sure some of them have stereotypes, like, oh God, this is a gay dude. Like, what's he gonna do? But they respected me as a person. So I think you need to learn someone, take the time out and get to know someone before you judge them.
In this world, it's obvious that there are other gay men and gay women that are around that aren't out yet. In the NFL right now, have you had people come up to you and say, I am, and like, kudos to you for being able to do that? And I'm not asking who they are, obviously. But
I wouldn't tell you.
Yeah,
but
no, I know you wouldn't.
I'm just going to say I'm not the only one in
Right.
the NFL that is gay. I'm just the only one who is out. I have had a lot of support, but I understand and that why I mean, it's their livelihood. Like, they want to protect their livelihood, and they see me, and they understand. But there will be a day where it wouldn't matter. But, you know, without going through the process of, like, Vito told me that no one could do this but me because I'm so strong and so determined. And I'll take that responsibility because, I mean, it's just who I am. After what I see, how I grew up, I accomplished so much, like being the first person to graduate in my family out of 8 kids, to be the first one to graduate college and to go to college and graduate. And it's just I've achieved so much. So I would do this, continue on doing this, and continue on being a hope to others if I could. So,
Michael, you talked about responsibility in your SB speech, and I can't watch that without crying. So, honestly, I mean, you're 25 years old.
I'm old.
You are not old.
You're not old.
You are not old at all.
I feel old.
You're not. That's because you flew across the country. This is a huge responsibility. And I kind of have 2 questions about this. Why the need to do something so much beyond yourself? And the second part is, do you need football to continue that responsibility?
Well, the reason why I wasn't, my plan was not to actually come out in the public. It was actually just to come out to my team and the organization of whoever team that drafted me. But after the Senior Bowl, it was like the media had other intentions, and they I believe that they were writing stories already, just trying to like is Michael Sam gay? Because I actually came out. Like the media in Columbia, Missouri, and actually the state of Missouri knew from Kansas City all the way to St. Louis. So everyone knew, and word got out, and they were just waiting for the right time to write
Out you.
Yeah, out me, pretty much. So we decided to just do it on our own. So if I had my choice, I would have never came out just to I mean, I wasn't going to hide it anymore, but I wasn't going to, my plan was not to come out publicly, but God had other plans, so I did what I did.
Okay. Do you think that I mean, you know, one of the things that we were talking about is that you're often called a hero for doing this. I mean, do you feel that way, and do you feel that you need to be playing football to continue to do that?
I don't think so. I don't think I need to. What I want, football is just to help me just personally. I mean, I wouldn't be here without football.
Sure.
I owe so much to the game. It saved me. Like, I could have been, you know, end up selling drugs and be in jail just like my brothers. But I chose this sport to help me get out of my town. And so, but do I need to football to continue? No. I think I can help many people in other ways, whatever that may be. Whether it's just, you know, talking to someone who's, you know, not feeling good, not comfortable in their own skin. But by being such a high profile, a lot of people look up to athletes. And being a high profile person in this sport and being an gay person in football, it's supposed to be a masculine sport, it's it's so crazy because some people think like, wow, he just, before his career even started, he took this big responsibility. I don't know if you watched my SB speech. Mm-hmm. There was a female, one of my teammates' cousins, who was struggling with being gay, and she tried to commit suicide twice. And when she heard last February when I came out, she got my email from my teammate, and she emailed me something like, "I'm so proud of you, like, and I will never try to pretty much harm myself ever again. Just thank for your courage." And that really hit home for me. And we still from time to time, we still talk about. She's doing great. Good. But I think if you can save a life, I mean, that's just unbelievable. Just, you know, that's what I'm here for, is saving lives. Like, people, if you can save one life, I think that'd be great, and you already won.
So what is your biggest advice then to someone who's struggling with whether it's the decision of coming out or coming out and then dealing with the world?
That's a good question. It's just be patient. I mean, talk, like, you know, first off, you know, my family, I wouldn't say disowned, but like for instance, like I don't talk to my dad. Me and my mom, like she doesn't agree with me. So like, I started my own family. I started my own family with my friends. And like, if you are like scared, like your family would disown you, hey, I'm here. I'll be a part of your family. Don't be afraid. And we can talk. I don't care. Like, whatever you want to do, we can talk and be a part of my family. And it's just to see someone who's struggling because they are scared of what other people think. I get so many hateful messages every day, like daily. I'm probably getting something hateful right now. but I think you respond hate with love, and as I did before, some lady emailed me something very hateful, a very thought out hateful email. It was so thought out. I was like, wow, she really hates me.
No, you get it. She doesn't actually hate you.
No,
she hates you.
No,
Okay.
she hated me and the idea.
All right.
And I replied to her, and I said, I'm sorry that you hate me so much, but I still love you. And I wish you and I said, I wish you a happy day, and God bless. And she never replied back. So that instance, like hate.
You know, for someone who says you've had like your family issues,
yeah.
Whether it was the way you were raised then or how you've become now, you obviously turned things around, and that's amazing that you would be able to respond back that way to someone who spits that at you.
Yeah, no, it was like, golly, this lady got some problems.
Yeah, a quick plug. If that is the case for anyone in this audience, I think you have a pretty good family at Quinnipiac. I just want to put that out there.
And he's on Twitter, so you could probably follow him and send him a message. I bet you he'd write back nicely.
Yeah, I'll write back next.
Speaking of social media, you and Vito are really active on social media. Your engagement photos were adorable. The Eiffel Tower. Look at this romantic over here.
I owe him.
This one was talking about Vito's
more.
Abs.
I was.
Abs?
Yeah, abs, right?
Okay.
Abs. B.
Okay. You did talk about my abs. I got abs too.
I'm surrounded by hot men, and they're wonderful. No, I mean, you guys put a lot out there. What is private? I mean,
We don't live private lives. Anything we do like for instance, I got off the airport when I landed in LA. I don't know if you guys saw the TMZ, like they cornered me, asking about our engagement. I just responded loud. I don't know if anyone watched Game of Thrones stuff. I just like talking about Westeros and stuff. I was like, he had no idea. Like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. He had no idea what the heck I was talking about. But everything we do is you can snap up. If we're doing anything inappropriate, it will get out there like that. So our lives are now under the spotlight. So it can get challenging sometimes. Like the other day, every day as I go to rehearsal for dancing, they're out there. Paparazzi is out there looking at me and Vito taking pictures.
Every day we're under the spotlight. Were you tentative at all signing on with Dancing with the Stars, being even extra spotlight, being that you're trying to get back into the NFL right now? Was that in the back of your mind, like, I don't know if I should do this?
You know, at first it was, but then I thought, you know, like, I saw the former NFL players do it, so why can they do it and not me? So
you're gonna get shredded from.
Yeah, I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
Then my ass will be like.
Yeah. Show like you're.
Then I show a picture just for you.
Okay. I'll take it. I still appreciate good things.
But it's gonna be. I mean, I work out. I know. I'm part of it.
Am I really blushing?
You are blushing.
I guess.
Seriously?
I'm the worst person. I'm so sorry. I'm so honest. I don't even care. I just speak.
I appreciate that.
I know. But it's extra work. I mean, at 8 o'clock, my schedule is 8 o'clock. I go train at Unbreakable. And then at 1, I go train with Peta. And she kicks my ass in that. So she don't, like, I told her, I said, please do not get a ruler and start smacking me around with it. So, but she's awesome. She's, I don't know if she's here today, but if she is, where is she? Where is she? Hey, babe. That's my dance partner, Peta. Wave. There you go. She's awesome. She's very patient with me, like as I said. But I have so much respect for the sport. It is harder. It's one of the hardest things I've ever done. And I'm telling you, I mean, I trained for the combine last year, and I thought that was tough. But this is muscles I'm not even used to. And I'm telling you, she wants to win. So
Can you win this?
Yeah, I can win it. I got the best partner.
Nice.
And, yeah, I can win this. Get my New Yorkers, huh?
Yeah. You just won over Connecticut and New York. You got it.
No, New Yorkers is it's a part of a dance.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, you want to see it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So, my New Yorkers.
Watch out for the mic.
Yeah, I got it. I'm gonna show you my New Yorkers, guys. You ready, baby? This is my New Yorkers.
Yes.
That's a New Yorker. I'm not gonna show you. I want to bust. I want to show you all my dance before.
You gotta make me watch the show.
You gotta watch the show.
You gotta watch the show. The combine. Let's move on to that.
Combine.
So the veteran combine, March 22nd. First
Yes.
time they're ever doing this. Did you? At what point? Like, when did you know you were getting invited into this?
Just last Sunday. It was right before I think rehearsals. I got an email and they'll say, "Hey, you've been invited." That's like. About time. I don't know why it took so long for me to get the invite, but it was something expected. I knew I was going to eventually get the invite, and it's a great. To me personally, I don't think I should supposed to be doing this, but
right.
It is what it is. I got to do it. So.
Is there going to be differences between this one and the besides the fact that it's people that either were in the NFL or just missed?
Yeah. So who's competing is pretty much free agents who are vets. Technically, I am a vet now since I've been and played in the NFL and was in the practice squad, so I am considered a vet. Even though I haven't been all year, it's still technically I'm still a vet. So there will be certain similar drills like the combine recently, but since we don't have to do all that, it would just be they just want to see, are you in shape? Are you can you move well? Like, that's what they really want to see. And there's some big name guys apparently supposed to be in it.
Vince Young's going to be there. That's probably, but besides yourself, that's probably the biggest name.
You know, I'm a huge Vince Young fan.
How are you not? From
I know,
Texas,
I know. He's I'm telling you, he did not have to buy, except when you go to Texas A&M. But he didn't have to buy a drink anywhere in Texas. So I was huge. I would never forget, I was in 2005 when he won the national championship, where I was, and watching him, to get the chance to meet him for the first time ever, this is going to be pretty amazing.
This is about your personal plate and the responsibility you've chosen to take it on. But if I am a young person who is gay and I want to play in the NFL, I have watched what has happened with you, and you get drafted and then get cut twice, and I'm probably not going to do it. What would you say to that person?
Keep on fighting. That's what I'm doing. I keep on fighting. I mean, I am certain wherever league I'm playing in, I'm going to be playing football this season because that's in my nature. I'm not a quitter. And someone's like who are struggling with their sexuality, and that's like, oh, Michael Sam is getting booted out. Whatever the reason why, I'm not in the NFL at this moment, I mean, I'm not even worried about it. I'm just going to keep on fighting that. I'm not going to quit. And I think the young people especially see like Michael Sam's still fighting, and that's all we can do in this world is fight and keep trying not give up. Yeah, there you go.
If you were sitting in front of head coach, general manager, team president right now, NFL team, and they ask you, why do we want you on our team? What's your answer?
I am a hardworking person. I mean, I am so determined to be great. It's unbelievable. And I thought I would prove it again if I have to, which I will. I was just so determined to make a team last year, and I thought I did enough during preseason, but I didn't do enough apparently. So I need to try even harder. I mean, no one's going to outwork me. I guarantee it. Especially now with the Dance with the Stars.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, does that mean that your sack dance might change?
I want to see this move.
You want to see the New Yorkers after that?
I mean, the New Yorker might be. Maybe you do a different dance on every sack.
No, I love that. I love that. I mean,
you just got to be careful. There were a few. I saw the video. There were a few times you looked like you were about to hit somebody else by accident.
Well, they better get the hell out of my way.
Right?
If I get a sack, you better get the hell out of my way.
All right, I think that these guys, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Michael, we're going to open it up. Some of the students want to ask you some questions. Is that cool?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Let's bring up Joe. Joe's our MC. Joe is a senior at Quinnipiac.
Hey, Mike, what's up, man?
Hello, Joe. Yeah.
You have very big hands. Wow. I thought I was big. Okay. So I was second team all-conference offensive lineman in high school. No big deal.
I was an offensive lineman in high school.
You could kill me. Should get a pick after the show. That's awesome. Anyway, so we're going to open it up for some question and answer with the students. We have some students from some organizations up on front who are going to get first dibs, but if you have a question that you would like to be asked, don't be shy. We have microphones on either side, there and there. However, we're going to start with some people down here. So do we have some questions prepared? Should we start? Mustafa, right? That's your name? Mustafa?
Oh, I thought you fell. I'm like,
oh my, that would you made him nervous.
Michael Sam, I'm Mustafa Eligar. I'm the SGA president. Michael Sam's at Quinnipiac, huh? So I've been kind of thinking, and I've been listening to everything that you've gone through, and you're kind of a self-made man. You're the kind of guy who wasn't born into success. You really had to work at it, and you had to go through a lot of adversities between so many different dynamics. And to me, I know that like people who go through there's so many adversities and reach success are often the people who have such dynamic perspective because they've been shaped by those adversities and learned a lot from them. So I think something that I think would be interested in is through those adversities, what about them has shaped your perspective? What has given you insight to be successful like you are today?
Well, the best way to answer your question is like I entered the real life when I was 5 years old, and that's like really how my life really changed, seeing the death of my brother and how he died, and not really having a father. So I've been through adversity at such a young age, and how my mother, who I love dearly, and even though we're building our relationship, I still love my mother. She was working 2 jobs and trying to support our family, and our broken family already at the time. And she did her best. So I was alone, and I was at the mercy of my brothers, young and growing up, and they pretty much, like people say, I don't hate my brothers, but you know, hate is such a powerful word. But they made me who I am today, whether I did not want to become them. So I started looking at the world very differently. Like I think at a young age, unfortunately, you have to make a life. such a young age, you have to make a life-changing decision whether you want to follow your brother's footsteps or you want to do something better. And I chose that whatever, I just want to like, you know, make my mom and at that time my dad proud of, have some kid to be proud of. And I started thinking about that like 6, 7. And I don't think no kid should think like that. So unfortunately, I had to think that way. And by the good graces of God and then my coaches, who my father figures, all my coaches, prepared me to the man I am today. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, I mean, like, was there, because I mean, sometimes, like, the word adversity has such a negative stigma, but then there's a silver lining because it gives you such a positive perspective on life.
I've fought adversity all through my life, and it helped me to become me, to thrive better, do better things. I hope I answered your question.
You know,
Thank you very much.
we didn't ask you, because you mentioned your brothers, just quickly. I know your mother gave you a letter from your brothers.
Excuse me?
Didn't your mother give you a letter from your brothers to read?
Yes.
Have you read it yet? Are you going to?
Probably not.
No?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. He did. At my graduation, one of my brothers gave me a letter, and it is still unopened and it's still unread, unfortunately. Like,
yeah.
I got something, like, I don't know if you guys can see, I got something to remember my brothers by. They gave me this a long time ago, so
Yeah.
that.
I know it just wasn't a good upbringing with them.
Yeah.
Right?
No. Yeah. So it will. Them too. I still have. They are my blood, and I mean, but I can still love them from afar too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, do we have any other questions?
Don't be shy. Just
Bad speaker.
ask away.
Bad
Ask
speaker.
me anything.
When I walk past this, turn it off real
You
quick.
can ask me what color
Anyone-
I'm wearing on for Dancing with
Anyone
the
in
Stars.
front row? Okay.
That's a good one. You know already?
Yeah, we know.
Nice.
Hi, I'm Jill Pfeiffer, and I'm the president of GLASS, which is the Gay, Lesbian, and Straight Supporters Club on campus. There are so many things I'd like to ask you.
Ask away.
I know. Well, of course, I'd like to start by, maybe you could elaborate a little later about wedding plans, whether or not you guys have picked a date. Of course, I know me and all the other ladies are probably wondering. But my question that I brainstormed up a little while ago, because I know growing up in Texas, everybody probably said, "Oh, he's such a handsome guy." They're probably trying to set you up with everybody, unknowingly. But how was dating like when you were in college, or even like, I guess people start dating, college and high school, I suppose. And did people ever pressure you into, "Oh, I've got somebody who's perfect for you," and you're thinking, "Yeah, everything's perfect except for the one obvious."
Yeah,
so
except for like dudes.
how was dating like, I guess, in high school is what I'm asking.
Yeah, it was hard. It was really hard. I had a girlfriend, and actually I loved that girl to death in high school. And when she became one of my best friends. Unfortunately, after being so far apart, kind of grew distant. But yes, I get to I get to college, and like my teammates, like we go out to the bars. We be in our school. They really love their athletes, so the girls just flocked themselves to us. And so early on, I had to. I don't know how to keep it PG-13.
It's a college.
Yeah, this is college.
Everyone here's at least
You were
18.
hooking up,
Yeah.
right?
So I had to, I had to date girls, or not necessarily date, but I had to,
Be with
talk.
a girl?
Yeah, be with a girl, and just for appearance, cause, I instantly am very friendly to everyone, and for me and Peta, we're so good together. But I have no sexual attraction to her, and I be a girl. That's why my teammates said, "Man, Mike, you're the best wingman ever," because the girl, hot girls come to me, but then again I don't. So I was like, man, just throw them my way. So it was hard. It was difficult. At first, and that's another when the rumors came. people will say, like, have you ever seen, like, Michael with a girl? Like, and it's like, no. And it's like, So that was another bedrock rumor. So I try to do whatever I can to, like, hey, I go, like, you can see me with a girl and I leave with a girl, but I just take her home. So it's just everybody say, okay, he left with that girl. It was hard. But like,
That's gotta be
but there's the cute guy there, and I couldn't even get. So it was tough at first. It was really tough, and just another thing was stereotypes. Like, people, they want you are a good athlete, and they want you to see if you're, if you're going home with girls or guys. And I had to, so I kept everything secret.
God, that's gonna be frustrating.
Yeah, it was tough. I didn't even do good. Where are you at?
We have questions over here now.
Where you at?
Over here,
Right.
right over here.
Oh.
Sorry.
Hi, my name is Mazel. I'm a freshman here. My question is, outside of your family, being black and gay, was that like a whole nother challenge to overcome?
No, the challenge was, for some reason, it comes with me dating an Italian who's white. That's the challenge. I don't understand, but people don't understand is that being an athlete and at a big time school, you can't just go around dating whatever, word would get out, So I found someone who was also gay within the sport family, within our athletic department. So, and it wasn't any black people to be dating. So the challenge I get now is, like, why are you not dating a black guy? Why are you dating a white guy? Well, I'm sorry, there wasn't no openly gay black guys in our athletic department. There was only one. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So I started dating one who I fell in love with, and that's the reason. So but that is seriously the challenge that I get. Like, why are you dating a white guy? Why don't just, like, break up with him and go, why would I do that? Why would I leave someone I fell in love with and had a lot of challenges during my process? Why would I leave that person? So, did that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. You're so cute.
Now we're over here. We're over here to your left now.
Ping
Sorry,
pong.
I'm trying to keep you awake. We have a question here from Ian.
Hi. I know a lot of times there may be conflicts with being gay in the black community and being black in the gay community, and sometimes they don't go well together. What are some of the experiences that you've had dealing with both, being an individual who's gay in the black community and an individual who's black in the gay community?
Well, I haven't been, so Mizzou is pretty much a dominant white university, and I wasn't a part of the gay community there. I'm not really, so it's quite difficult because even right now I'm kind of not a part of, I'm away from when we go out, there's not a lot of, like, where we live in Dallas and even in LA at the moment, there's not a lot of black people that lives around us. So it's kind of difficult to go out where there's a lot of African Americans who are gay, and we don't even live in an area where there's a lot of African Americans. So it's challenging, and it's kind of when people look down like, you're black and gay, then I was like, well, what the hell you want me to do? So I think it's challenging, but I mean, I can't. There's only so much I can do. I can only do the best I can, and to be involved in both societies. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not answering people's
No, you're good, man.
Thank you.
Hey, over here now. Sorry.
Man, how you're moving fast.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Joe's getting his cardio in.
Yeah. We have a question from Jimmy. Jimmy.
What's up, Jimmy?
Hi. So I'm out also, and then high school I was a two-time All-American runner, and now I'm in a fraternity, obviously, one of the directors of the Interfraternity Council. And I was wondering, what would you say to somebody who is in the closet or out, male or female, that is afraid of rushing a fraternity or a sorority, or afraid of joining a sport because of who they are?
That's a great question.
That is a great question. So it's just like in the football, if you're afraid to join, I mean, I think if that fraternity or that sport or that team, that's not the place for you. They can't accept you for who you are, And like what you like, to me, it's being gay is not a choice. I didn't choose to be gay. This is who I am, and I love myself. So if you're someone that's afraid and to join a frat or a team, that team is not. They're gonna have to accept you for who you are, or you just need to go find another fraternity or another team who will. And yeah, so. My teammates, my whole school was so supportive. I love my school to death. I'm a huge supporter of Mizzou. I want everybody to go to Mizzou, even though I'm at your school. But they were so supportive of me and my athletic department. Even though when the rumors about me came out, you know, they gossiped. But when they saw me how comfortable I was, they started. I mean, it was nothing changed. And
that's got to be good.
I know it was great.
That's a family.
Yeah, it was a family. I love my brothers, man. Great time.
We're over here with, right here. Oh, hey. With Charlotte. You have a question? Make sure it's good, Charlotte. Anyone else get that? No? Okay.
How did you know that you were in love with Vito?
He touched his back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't you hear the bar? You heard the bar story, no?
Then he saw his abs.
Soberly.
Jeez.
I got a good-looking guy who cooks for me and cleans, and I think that's. he does it all, man.
I'm in.
He does it all. So he's a keeper. But I want to say the moment. Man, there's so many times where we. I just like, golly, I found the keeper. I think when we went to spring break together to Panama City, when we were walking on the beach, and I think in that moment I've never felt this way about someone else, and I think it was in that moment that I truly love this guy. I was like, oh.
And also, how good would you say your gaydar is?
My gaydars are on point, even though I asked Steph, where's Steph at? Where you at, Steph? I asked Steph, I said, hey, Steph, are you gay? He's like, no, my wife is here.
That's his wife right there. He's like 5-month pregnant wife.
Oh, shit. But no, apparently wasn't, I didn't think he was, I just wanted to be, he was just so happy that I was here. I was like, wow, this guy, he put so much time into this thing. I just want to be, I was curious. But my gator is on point. I tell you what. I can, some end of the closet, just spending some time with you, I find out if you're swing both ways.
We got a question over, I'm going to make my voice a little deeper now. We got a question over here. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, hi. My name is Jen. I'm a senior and I'm on the Quinnipiac women's rugby team. So my question, I wrote it on my phone because it's kind of long. Okay, so much of the decisions we make as athletes are based on our experiences with our peers and teammates, but also with our coaches. As an athlete who is closeted, can you recall any specific instances where your coaches may have exhibited a behavior or used a language that confirmed for you that it was better to stay closeted? If so, is there any advice you can give to any coaches in this room about the messages they may unintentionally or intentionally send to their players through their actions or their words?
So my coach, that was a great question. So my coaches, yeah, those are great coaches. My coaches was actually very supportive of what I saw from, and ever since how they handle it, they were very supportive of me. There was an incident that happened during the season, right before the Florida game when we played University of Florida. There was an incident about me and my teammate. He apologized. I know in the moment he didn't mean what he said, and I really do know that he didn't mean what he said. But it still was said. I wasn't mad. I wasn't that mad at him. I was just mad at him because he was so ridiculous that he can't even make a freaking play right. And I'm always mad at my linebackers. He was one of my linebackers, and he said something, and then the way my coaches handled that situation was unbelievable. he wanted me. He asked me what I wanted to do about this. He asked me what kind of discipline that he want me to see, and I said, hey, nothing. Like, all I want is apology. All I want you to tell the team is like, hey, that kind of language is not tolerated. Let's work, and it never happened again. So I'm thankful to have my coaches for who such a leader and to protect each other. And even our athletic director came by and was a part of that meeting to say, hey, it was like they were really, like, even at that moment, I know it was a moment where things just got heated up, because I mean, during football, when I put my pads on, I'm a very intense person and I like everything right. I was a senior and I don't want to like end up with not going to a bowl game. And so it was a big deal. And like, the way they handled that situation was amazing. And so I think to answer your question fully is, if you're ever in a situation like that, just to coaches who don't fully understand your players, because everyone comes with so many different backgrounds and have so many different stories, I would say to make sure you have a friendly environment, like, and to respect each other's backgrounds, and to and like things like that are not tolerated. Whether it's being gay, black, white, whatever. Just like we respect each other's backgrounds. So.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Next question, Jen.
We're over here now. Next question.
You must be getting a good workout.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Hi, Michael. I'm Kenesha. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. So, as you are probably aware, there are a lot of issues in our country pertaining to race. And as an openly gay athlete that's also a person of color, do you ever feel like you've become the spokesperson for just one community?
You know, unfortunately, during my time at St. Louis is when Michael Brown and the Ferguson stuff happened. It was when I was in camp. And that was just a very bad deal, and it just escalated from there. And so what we did as a team, the African Americans on that team, what we did, we wanted to say that that's not okay. Someone who, so we put our hands up. We did that for one of our preseason games, and to try to show, just to be a part of that movement. It is difficult to be, to see myself as not only black but also gay and try to do both communities. I see myself just to be me, try to do live the way I've lived all my life. Just do the same things right. Say the right things when someone's interviewing me. It's very hard politics. The things that the athletes try to stay away. Try to stay away from is politics. We don't really want to get involved with politics because you never know. You can be, conservatives and liberals. Like, I don't know. So we try to stay away from politics as much as possible. But that's how I live my life, is try to do every day, just try to do the same things right, and try to be a role model for especially young people, young African Americans, where I'm not I'm not causing negative attention to myself, where that could be bad for me and my family.
Thank you.
I hope that answered your question.
Okay. Unfortunately, don't kill the messenger, but I think we are all out of time for questions, guys, on the side. So I'm sorry. I just wanna wrap everything up and want to say to you, Michael, that. Thank you for coming. You have never spoken at a college before, and
thank you.
So can we give a round of applause to Michael? Before everyone leaves, Michael, you are very close in age to all of us, 25. I was wondering if you had any last words of wisdom to all of us as peers, people who want to succeed in life and are trying to continue our journeys. One last final thing you would like to share with us?
So, I mean, when I first got to college, I just enjoyed, actually, be honest with you, I just had fun. And it wasn't until like my junior year I really started focusing life after, because I didn't even know I was going to go to the NFL. I just try to train for myself for the NFL. But if not, I started making sure that I had a backup plan. My adopted dad, Ronnie Pearl, he always said, always have a backup plan. So I just, man, it goes by, if you're a freshman, hey, it goes by so fast. Just make sure, you know, enjoy your college life and time, but make sure you preparing yourself for life after college, because it's going to go like that. And just make sure you try to get involved in so many organizations where it can help you, where you get that job with like someone trying to offer you a job. Because right now I'm unemployed, but it's not fun being unemployed. But
worst case scenario, just do the New Yorker, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Western, just do the New Yorker in your job interview. Just be okay.
All right. Thank you. Now, we know you're a very busy man with a lot of obligations, so we're very thankful that you came here to do this with us. So we want to give you a little gift of our appreciation. We know the weather isn't suitable to what we're giving you in LA, but we would like to present you with a Quinnipiac University hockey jersey with your name on the back. We have two of our athletes here.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Do you think we can take a picture?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's cool.
Oh, right here.
That's cool.
Awesome. Oh, thank you, guys.
Guys, can we give one more round of applause for our moderators, Keith Arizario, Michael Sam, Molly Annity. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
That is all. Drive home safe.
Thank you, guys.